We're here. We're doing it. Check, check. 1, 2. Oh, no. Pillowsuit's having a moment.
Just tell me I can leave this room anytime that I want.
You're in a square, friend, on my screen.
What?
It's okay. You have your cat.
Made out of circles.
I don't know what's happening now.
Hello and welcome to Long Shot RPG. Oh goodness, the camera is not. Let me move that. Let me center that. Episode 2 of Chapter 2 of Terraform, because it's Tuesday. I'm very excited. Anybody want to dip in and talk about how their characters are doing?
Branduin killed someone last session.
This is true.
Yeah, with the
Killed
trident.
again. Reminds me, you may want to lay low for a while.
So Verdian, he and Verdian are probably going to go lay low and question the soul of the person that they killed.
That's right. Sota, member of the Held Breath.
Apparently, Death can't escape me or Verdian because she stole something else. What did you do?
Yeah, she stole her
took the
shadow.
She took the shadow of the human. I'm also going live on the Long Shot Instagram. I'm gonna try that out instead of TikTok and see what that happens, what that do. Let's do this thing. So, without further ado, hi, I'm Sir Pfeffers. Welcome. This is gonna be some shenanigans. I'm very excited. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. It's mostly dumb cosplay stuff and D&D shenanigans and fun stories that are made here, amongst other places. I have multiple home groups. I'm juggling maybe 11 campaigns, and I make music, which I've been told I need to talk about more. If you scroll down,
get it. You're talented. God.
And with that, if you scroll down, you can find some of that. I go by Nor'easter. I'm gonna toss it over to Taylor.
Hi, I am Taylor Ann Tracy on literally everything: TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, all that jazz. I'm an actress. My main goal is to just continuously put out content to make you guys smile. It's all over the place. I have no niche or no specific talent other than probably weird accents at random times. I will toss it to Jake.
Hello everybody, I'm Crypto Jake. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram, mostly doing cosplay shenanigans. Jeff Pfeffers. I can't decide which book. This guy, I think he's this way for the screen. I don't know. We do have a YouTube, Jake and Pfeffers, where we will post the unedited episodes of tonight's stream, Tuesday and Thursday stream up there, so you can catch up. I think that's it. I play Thranduin, the half-elf drow, and we'll toss it to Dorky.
Hey guys, I am that dorky cosplayer, also on basically everything, and I am also a cosplayer, so you can find me up to many shenanigans, probably complaining about something to do with sewing very often, because I like to make stuff up as I go, and that's never a great idea, but it works for me. We just have fun. We make it work.
It's part of the charm.
And it has its own, like, I have the 5-foot rule. I'm like, my cosplay will look great. Just stay like 5 feet away. Like, let's have those, those social distance, like just stay over there and it'll look great, fabulous. And I play Brady, the half-elf bard, and she is hurt right now. And it terrifies me. We should be in a safe position right now, but I'm scared. So my objective is gonna be healing, get health and happiness. So
How'd you get injured again?
I started getting my memories back, and that hurt really bad.
She found a couple of magical pearls.
Yes.
And while she was attuning with that, it hurt her.
We've
It's
all
just
been
an
there.
act.
Damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that one memory starts to come back, and you're like, yeah, no, we're not ready to address that one yet. Let's
Happens to me.
just shove it back down.
Happens
yes.
to me.
The trauma.
The trauma. And yeah, that does it for me. So I'm going to go ahead and toss it to Good Grief George.
Hi, I'm Good Grief George. How are ya? I'm doing okay. I'm good. It's Tuesday. It's like my favorite day of the whole week. You guys know why. I'm Good Grief George everywhere, so check me out everywhere. I do cosplay, and by that I mean I wear various colored paisley outfits and suits, and then I call them a cosplay, and I do well with them. So that's me. That's my niche. And I do Twitch streams and I just got VR.
Oh,
so
nice.
that's gonna be a thing soon. Can't wait for that.
There we go.
Who doesn't want to watch Agent 47 play Beat Saber? Anyway, I play. Wow, for half a second I was about to say Crichton, and I was like, nope, no, that's not me. I play Fizbin Ramsey, 70-year-old Dragonborn cleric. Blue, for those of you who don't know, and he is we're gonna get right into it really, like pretty soon, right? Because he just kind of just got introduced. You guys know that he is pseudo with Theros, kind of, not really, but there's a lot that's going to be revealed, I'm pretty sure, today, depending on where we go, really. But yeah, you guys will see what's going on with him. And then that leaves Pillowsuit, yes?
Yep.
Hi, I'm Pillowsuit. I'm a disappointment.
Golf claps, everyone. Golf claps.
I play a rogue tiefling here. Also, I am on TikTok. You can find me at Mr. Pillowsuit on TikTok, and all of those beacon links that Nightbot, who hopefully will not try to usurp us in the chat this time.
Yes.
Have we? Has it learned its place? There we go. You stay down beneath our thumb,
I have
Nightbot.
Yame for you, Nightbot. You have been replaced by sentience.
But yeah, you can find all of my links at the beacon links when that pops up in the chat. But besides that, I play Rogue Tiefling that has kind of become the trickster of the terraformed island, and just really kind of been trolling Theros this entire time. But he was also the first one to see these new armadas of not 300, not 500, but 800 ships surrounding the island. And he's not okay with it. And he's met a new friend of Danky, aka Naked Guy, who is Terra. And a friend of Danky is a friend of mine. So we're gonna see what happens with that. But besides that, right now we're in the middle of, where are we, Jeff?
You guys are still in the tavern. You have
That's right.
become more affiliated with each other. Some tales have been recounted. And you guys have eaten and you have drank.
Has our brain-injured bard been telling the tales?
That's a good question. We should probably discuss how much are you disclosing?
Or is she just drooling in the corner?
No, just mixing up the stories, just like flipping them around, and everybody's just like, wait. That's not how it happened, though.
You okay there, buddy?
And then we were in a cave, and then there was a tree man. No.
Can't tell if she's drunk or she just got stupid.
I'm just believing all of it, whatever the story, taking it as fact.
Two of us are just listening intently, like eating French fries or something. Like, yes, go on. Tell me more about the lizard people.
And Thranny and I are looking at her like she's Baymax when she's on low battery. We fell out a window. It's like, I don't know what's going on either.
But now that
Harry
Brady
baby.
has gotten
Harry baby.
now that Brady has gotten some fluids in her and has gotten some food in her, oh, thank you. She is feeling much more cohesive.
Yes, turn the light on.
Oh no!
Or just hit it
Or
Okay.
until it works.
Run away.
I was
Run
so
away.
confused as to what the moon. Everybody was saying like moon time, and I'm like, what does that even mean?
The
now I
moon, the
see.
moon.
It makes sense.
I can do.
Hey, golf claps, everyone. Golf claps.
This one, crown. And she does recount the tales. Thranduin, am I right to presume that you had decided last episode not to really get into too much detail about Gent yet?
I guess.
Whoa, Poel, thank you for. I'm sorry to cut you off, but dude, thank you for the tier 1 sub gifts. 5 of them. Poel.
Love it.
Sorry, I always pronounce that wrong. I think it's Poel. Poel. I don't remember.
I get it. It depends on like how much of the whole story we tell, because like
Okay.
if we give them most of the story, it just wouldn't make sense to. It wouldn't line up without telling the whole thing. So, if it comes out, it comes out. If not,
So we
then-
get to the story, and I do believe that would be the case. Feel free to correct me, Birdie, Otto, or Thranduin. That as you guys are kind of recounting your tale, the barkeep has come and gone, already insisting that there's no need for any kind of payment or anything like that. Eventually, after speaking of the, after the party kind of laughs over kicking Theros off a cliff, they do get to the part where eventually the party dives down into the belly of the mountain that Theros had been trying to traverse. And Fizbin, you have an interesting moment, and Terra as well. Terra, for you, a lot of stuff starts coming together to a certain degree. As they talk about the trap, the tomb of Gent, and the bargain of safety that led him to become the disciple of Gent, and now that also it also helps explain the E1T, the lizard folk, the snake folk, sorry, that live underground of Dragon's End. Terra, you would note that basically an entire chunk has relocated to the side of the island, something you would have noticed before. It's not, you would have noticed the migrating, being so in tune with the island. And you have some vague concern about the volcano before the part of the story where they are the ones who constantly fight down and suppress the volcano, these snake folk. They have a queen and whatnot. Random inspiration goes to number 5. That would be Otto. Otto, you are inspired. The story. Thank you to Smith.
Ding. Uncle.
And this is when Bell the Liar, the magical instrument that is with the party, that is with Birdie especially, kind of starts chirping in information about the dwarves and how they were House Ramsey and how Gent, in the bargain they made with Gent, and how they eventually tried to backpedal in the slaughter of their people, transmuting them, as it were.
At one point in time in this conversation, there will be a slight pause as the Dragonborn kind of places his claw on Thranduin, or at least from across the table reaches out to him. I must know. Is he able to understand everything we're saying right now?
Oh, you're muted, buddy. Or I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I don't think so. Is that something that I would be aware of?
Make an Arcana check.
Because in the past, him like knowing has been when there's been like great death where he can like kind of sneak out.
Where he
so it's
can
always
kind of,
been
yeah, where he can kind of crack open the door a bit with non-linearity. We'll get.
Am I right in?
We'll see that Arcana check.
Oh, okay. That's a 2.
Okay. You believe, based on past events, and less than your understanding of your magical abilities, that many times you gave him new information verbally when you met, and you believe because of that that he is not able to eavesdrop on you, but you don't know if that was kind of a front or if that's actually the case.
I mean, I'm gonna say probably because Theros does whatever the crap he wants,
That's a good point.
and he's not getting smited or anything. So
That's true. He probably would have gotten out a lot sooner if he had been able to talk with Theros over these couple of hundreds of years.
From what I understand of this arcana that you summon with your patron, which is nothing like quoting with the divine, but still. Even the gods themselves need mortals to see and to hear and to think about what is going on the mortal plane. I am concerned about your response, however, because you are his, what do they call you? A prophet?
yeah, that just kind of happened. I'm not really prophesying anything. Like, there's no like weird like.
But
just wants
you
to
are
be
his primary follower, are you not? Preaching his word across the land and gathering worshippers every day.
Yeah, I guess so.
The question is whether or not he is able to see and hear everything you're doing. Or does he only see the contracts? So you are unsure. That is worrisome indeed.
I'm only roped into this because it was death or this. So here I am.
So you're not a follower.
It was more of a arm twisting situation.
It was more of a, I see, this is true. It was kind of a, hey, you're dying. Would you like to not be dying in exchange for helping me escape? Kind of a situation. And you do know that there is a tattoo on you that he has used to grant you access to the weave and cast magic as a warlock. You also know that it should be giving you writhing pain, but he keeps that suppressed. And so a lot of stereotypical patrons will be like, well, I've got his soul, or, serve me for 100 years and I'll give you your soul back and stuff like that. He doesn't have any use for your soul. What he does is have if you cross him, he'll remove the negation of the pain, and then you'll just be in writhing agony.
He's really nice.
That's the response.
That's what you're gonna convey.
So you know.
No, that's not. That was Jake. That wasn't Thranduin.
How much of this is coming out of Thranduin here?
Up until that is all Thranduin, and then just
Okay.
Jake being sassy on that last bit.
His in his quiet, stroking his long beard. I wish I still had it. Anyway, stroking the beard for a while. And also, you guys could tell throughout this conversation, just to throw a little bit of backstory to this whole talk we've been having. Obviously, he hasn't been very fond of the elves to begin with, but sitting down and seeing the way everyone's been reacting to your presence, seeing and knowing of the history that you guys have had, and then over time, has begun to warm up to at least appreciating your company, at least being around you. He's no longer like dismissive of you guys because you are elves and half elves, and so forth. He's a little bit quirky with the tiefling, who he is aware that something happened, and he simply because he's never seen a tiefling before in his life, kind of suspects that little impish demon is the one who kind of caused him problems, and he's okay with that. So he's very much warmed up to Otto as well. But when you guys began to talk about Gent, and you guys began to talk about the religious aspect of things, essentially, was what he sees it as, because Gent literally took the dwarves from his house in his continent and had them worship him. His demeanor got way more serious, got way more like uncomfortable, and it is very he's not holding back. You don't have to roll an insight check to know how angry he is at the fact that there is a godling walking around as a god. And in fact, it may at some point in time may have even mentioned a couple of times how, like, referring to Gent and Harmony, all of them, as false gods.
And whenever you say that against Gent, you'll kind of get a slight from Tara. She's not gonna say anything just yet. She's still feeling everybody out, but she's just like, yeah.
Yeah, it's shady.
Excellent.
So
going.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Just going with that, I was going to continue the conversation. Is that okay?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. From there, if there was a way to free you from the bonds of this patron, would you accept it?
Yeah. I mean, it was my life and safe passage off the island, but we're not really in the situation we were in before. Things have changed.
An opportunity to take a prophet, cast it aside, and show an entire continent of people the fakeness of this new power. I like this. I will help you. I don't know how yet. Don't get all sappy with me. All right? I've no idea how that's going to work. I'm just saying, if there's going to be a way, I'm going to find it.
And
I have a true god on my side.
Thunder rumbles.
Thranduin believes him because thunder rumbles.
And so the narrative kind of continues a bit, going on to talk about Sovas as as Danky, naked guy, just starts pounding some beans, like a whole, just starts throwing beans down. He kind of stops, kind of perks up a little bit once they start talking about the archdruid from the elves. That lives deep in the earth in a tree, which you could say is akin to a wizard's tower. By the explanation, Tara, this is not a tree that is native to the island. And as the story continues, and Thranduin, Brady, and Otto kind of relate that he was doing strange manipulative magics involving a strange seed and just stone melding, cracking a dude's brain open and like inserting it in there, and all sorts of horrific arcane shenanigans. Your suspicions of him are confirmed. Fizbin, you learn that he is employed by the elves, something that was probably never meant to get back to your ears or anyone from House Thorn. And then you learn that Crichton went off to study under him. Crichton, Terra, that is now a druid because of you. Otto, what you up to?
Right now, I'd like, I kind of see in Denki's like concern over the tree situation, because it's like he's actually taking a breath to eat. This is different.
He's like, coming up for air.
Yeah, it's like he came up for air. It's like, what's up, buddy?
So, boss.
What about him?
Tricky.
Yeah, well, just remember we still got that. We got that. Why can't I think of the?
Sending stone?
No, well, we have a sending stone with him, but we also have that ace in the hole with his house as well.
Remind me.
With
Arrow?
the teleportation arrow that's still
the
over
arrow.
there.
That's right, you do.
So like we've left him alone for the most part. Like,
Yeah.
over our time, we haven't really like bugged him. So we just know that we've got that over there when we need it, if we need it. There's also the matter of we've had our seed over that last 6 months. I'm not sure if we've. I mean, I would have assumed like we would have probably planted that by now,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure.
Let's say for the sake of keeping in the present, you still have it on you.
Okay, that's fine. Like, I mean, like I wouldn't know where we would have put it either. I just know that we're talking about the seed. I guess I would have held on to it because there was like, it's nice to think about having planted it for the leaves, but there's something bigger
That's
going
right,
on.
It
in
was a dragon leaf tree.
It was a dragon leaf tree, but on top of that, it's also a matter of like, this is probably the only bargaining chip that we have with Sylvas right now.
Is that you palmed one of the seeds?
Yeah, well, we didn't palm it. We were given it
That's right. Thank you.
by the
I
dragon leaf
assumed
tree.
because you were a rogue.
Well, we had the one that we found in Sylvas's house.
Right.
But we put that back because there was nothing that we could do with it. But I took the bottle.
Maybe you have.
I took the jar with them all. With all the unused seeds.
That sounds right.
Like there was a mason jar in the laboratory when we went through it.
I remember.
And
remember
I
being
checked
in
it out and you were like, "Oh yeah, it's a jar just full of unused
Okay.
seeds." So I have a whole
So
batch
you
of
have
these things.
you have a little rattling around in your various pockets and whatnot.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I was like Johnny
up,
Appleseed going through the country putting these dragon leaf trees down.
Well, if you ever do need help growing anything, I would be more than delighted to help make something grow quickly.
That's right. Actually, that might come in handy. What do you mean by that, Tara?
Well, I'm Circle of the Forest for my druid. So let me check. I have a specific spell. I do it every time I try and set up camp that makes everything grow. On plant growth.
Really?
I have plant growth. So
And I'm gonna look up at Dang and just be like, fascinating. It's like that could be used to our advantage.
Tanky's like,
yeah.
Like he's like, yeah.
you know, he goes. One tree, many tree.
And I'm just gonna sign to him. It's like, yeah, and we can make many trees with all the seeds.
One thing to recall in that he's attempting to bring to everyone's mind. Actually, you know what? No, I want to be a surprise. Maybe let's make a history check on all the party members who are that had met the dragon leaf tree. And also, Brady, did you want to say something? I saw your hand up.
I got an
I
8.
remember.
I think I was scratching my eye.
Oh, okay.
You remember? I remember. I got an 8.
This die is going in jail.
Oopsie
Oh, no.
doopsie.
17.
17. Okay. Brady recalls that the dragon leaf tree would have a shared consciousness with all the other dragon leaf trees, like a hive mind.
How many hive bites on this island?
3?
That we know of.
Listen, I
One
only
of-
want
one of
so
them's
many
name is Otto.
NPCs. It helps me keep track of all my NPCs.
Everybody knows everything. We have the autos. We have the trees. And what else?
Oh, that was
Right.
faster.
For
What's that?
context, Taylor, I named there was a what are they called? Crowls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, crow owls, and they are like a mind, a hive mind. They would communicate with the natives or whatever. And Crichton got a hold of one, and then proceeded to name it Otto.
Okay.
Which I'm sure she would know about the crowls. She just doesn't know that we named them autos.
Right.
Yeah.
So just for reference as to why it
Yeah.
is we're calling them Ottos.
Excited if you guys ever, if I don't know if she knows that about dragon trees, but I can plant growth and then I can speak with plants. So I can speak with all of them.
There you go. Let's
Just-
go. Let's definitely do that at some point. That'll be a
Just
journey.
Give them
don't speak with
individuality.
plants if we're having dinner.
Continue
Like-
to break this game with any language we know. That's Pepper's favorite thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the best.
Oh yes, this secret thing that they'll never discuss. Oh, you speak giant.
so all right, knowing like learning that with Tara, Otto's gonna definitely be a bit more like intrigued over it, because I guess that would have been his only reason why he didn't grow him to begin with, because he's impatient. He doesn't really want to wait 6 months, and he's been busy with other things. Which I mean, he has a whole list of the titles of the pranks that he played on Theros.
My
Kind of like every
misdoings.
title of a Jackass episode. It's like, hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and here's the Butterball. Like, he does the same thing with Theros. He's just got a title for every prank he's played on him so far,
I love
and
it.
he's gonna recall each one of them. Yeah. So yeah. All right. So now that we know this, though, I mean, that's an advantage of being able to get these dragon leaves as well.
Mhm.
And I've got not only the one that was granted to me by the dragon leaf tree, but also the jar. Just
Are you
I-
are you pulling the jar out?
no, I'll pull the one out, which I wouldn't have mixed in with the other ones, just
Okay.
for the fact of like I want to make sure that in case the ones that were being experimented with are of a different strain or something like that. From
These are northern lights. I'm sorry.
you
I'm
never
sorry.
know. So yeah, he would have kept it just in part to know which ones were which.
Yeah, yeah.
For his organization. So I guess he would pull out his original one and just like show it to Tara. It's like, so if I gave you this and we went and planted it, how long do you think it would take to grow?
Well, if I meditate and focus on the earth, it takes about 8 hours for me to make it fully bloom into something, and then it yields twice its amount when it's harvested. So if you just let me spend time with it every night, if we plant it in a specific spot, and I stay there for 8 hours, we can make it grow pretty quick.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I think that we're gonna be good friends, Tara. And I'm just gonna like put the seed back in my pocket and just like You know, I'm seeing a very lucrative relationship here.
I don't know what lucrative means. I have no
I mean, not so much on the currency side of things, just on the shenanigans I'm gonna be able to get into, knowing that she can do some of these things. And if she's hanging out with me and Danky, like, it's like, Brittany, you're not gonna be the only one I corrupt.
Those are only my 3rd level spells. Those are
Oh my god. It's amazing. All right, Brittany, what you up to?
I do want it noted that at whatever was the most convenient point, I did relate that history check to everyone. If it could fit into the conversation, I did tell everyone that. Basically, Brittany is just like taking it very easy. Like she'll add in like story bits here and there. She's just kind of just like picking strings at the lyre and just kind of like taking it. She's probably whoever is sitting next to her, and it's probably either Otto or Thranduin. She's just like leaned back, like feet up on the bench, and is like dee 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 dee, and that's all she's been doing the whole time, just kind of like.
She's just been zonked out this entire
Yeah,
time.
she's just like not feeling it right
She's like
now.
D&D Rain Man over here, just giving us history lessons while also like not being a part of the conversation whatsoever.
Yeah, just correcting random parts. Like, no, you see in my journal here it said that on that day we actually did this first. Like, and then back to her like playing music.
Because
I'm
you
just
rolled
gonna,
so well
I'm just
on your
gonna throw
history
down a bunch of toothpicks and be like, how many are there, Brady?
Because you rolled
Like,
so
no, we
well
didn't go
on
there.
your-
She just pulls out the fully like perfect map that she's made over the
Yeah.
course of this. It's like, no, this is exactly where we went and how we did it. We're just
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Like, all right.
We started here, not over here, guys. Come on. No.
Because you rolled so well in your history check, I will also remind that the Dragonleaf tree was Harmony's friend before Harmony ascended.
Yes.
And he had encouraged Harmony not to ascend. And Harmony did it anyway. Which means he is
Smart.
old.
Hot tree.
I
She
just
might-
remember that those leaves did a lot of damage. So.
Those leaves do a lot of damage.
Yeah. Would you, just quick question, would you say this has been a short rest?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
I'll give everybody a short rest. That's a good call.
Good.
What time do we got?
Love that. Brittany's probably gonna like nudge Thranduin and be like, hey, don't forget we have that meeting we have to be a part of
Oh yeah.
later.
Just look over and see. I don't know if he's visible to everyone or not, or if it's
You
just
have
me.
his-
It doesn't
you have
specify.
His soul, correct?
I do. It's like he's as a specter. He's just,
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna
I'll
say
read it to you.
I'm gonna say no because that would have changed things up a little bit.
Hold on, I gotta go to the restroom real quick. I know that we're not on our break, but I gotta go.
That's okay.
Okay.
Also, I just messed something up in my sheet. I thought I was clicking take a short rest, and now it's giving me failure and death saves and
Oh no!
success.
Oh no!
What did I do?
I don't know.
I'll refresh my page.
George,
maybe it'll
you
go
can roll
away.
that.
Well, look at me.
What? I didn't do anything. I claim I did not do anything.
So
Yeah, I don't
you
know.
said we're going with it. It's not visible. Is that what you're saying?
Let me chew on it. Let me think.
It has specter stats from the monster manual. Let's look those up real quick.
So the way you guys were saying it, I'm assuming you were trying to hide what your actual intentions were.
Oh yeah.
Roll deception on that.
Yeah, deception v insight on Bridee's part. At advantage for Bridee because Thranduin's helping to the insight of the.
My
Wait, so-
passive insight of 19. Good luck.
I'll make you roll.
Do I roll?
You
Make
do
me
roll
roll.
at advantage.
Oh. And this is what am
Passive
I?
insight
would be your passive
Deception?
insight.
Yeah, I'm
Deception.
not trying to like catch her in a lie.
Yeah,
I'm just,
yeah.
like,
You're
noticing.
not suspicious at all. Also, hey everybody.
Oh, there it is.
Over in
Okay.
the Instagram, I am currently streaming on the Longshot RPG Twitch account. We're playing some Dungeons and Dragons, and if you wanted to come over and support me, as a
We're
content
playing
creator, come on
Dungeons and
through.
Dragons.
And you can find the link.
I
in the
thought this was
profile.
Shoots and Ladders.
This is.
I thought it was Candyland.
These.
We got math
Ooh.
rocks. We got the clickety clacks.
18.
18. All right. So, Fizbin passively notices that's not true.
Well, it is a meeting. I didn't say who with. I said we have that meeting we have to attend.
Which is absolutely true.
That is true.
So it's not deception then. That's why I asked. I was
I
like,
guess
is it deception? Is it not deception? Are you trying to hide your actual
We
intent?
weren't like,
It
we
is a
have to
meeting.
go do this one thing, but definitely isn't that other thing, but we're doing this.
True. That's true. So I'll let that pass. I'll let that slide. That makes sense. That makes good sense.
Fair enough.
Or D and I do bad things honestly.
I think you're making excuses.
Okay, so before it gets too late, Brady and Thranduin get up to go. And I think for the sake of the mechanics and stuff like that, and so that it can't be, and so that it doesn't cause issues later, I will say that there is a specter that can be seen.
I was picturing it like Dragon Ball Z Abridged, you know, where it's just Nappa is just there, so it's just like kind of bugging me. It's just like I can't believe you killed you're a bad person. You like just kind of there, but no one else can see it.
So we can see it.
But either way,
Yeah, I think we have to have it be seen.
There had to have been at least one point that Otto's just like, please say that everyone else can see the thing behind him.
Just
Like, I want to make sure that whatever's in these beans is not making me trip right now.
the magic vegetable.
Like, I'm just like poking Danky, just like, do you see that? Like, I'm just making sure. I want to make sure that I'm not the only one seeing things beautiful mind style here.
Yeah, it's safe to say that moment would have transpired pretty early.
Okay. Yeah, I would expect. It's like, now that we've gotten all of this talking out of the way, what the hell is that?
who's your new friend? What? Oh, he's just, you know,
He's just around.
just gent things.
Thank you for the bits, Slim Shady. All right, so before it gets too late, you guys got to go have that little meeting. So the two of you excuse yourselves? Question mark. And kind of head upstairs or outside.
Indeed. Probably to either mine or Bertie's room.
Okay.
Probably mine because they're all up in her room and can get in whenever they want, which is super creepy.
Yes.
That's true.
Definitely not my place. My place
Alright.
is not safe.
The two of you head up to your room. So what's the other three of you doing?
I guess,
And it is getting very late.
yeah,
It's roughly
I guess
11 p.m.
I would talk. I would be talking to Danky first. Of like, all right, well, you know, in sign language, it's like, all right, we're in town. I know that you're not really comfortable with this. Do you want to go set up camp outside of the village, or do you want to try a room? Because he really hasn't, like, besides me sleeping in Theros's beds, like, we're usually camping.
Yeah. He kind of looks around and goes,
It has beds.
bitch. Try bitch.
Try beds. Okay. And then I guess I would ask Tara, it's like, Tara, have you ever checked into a hotel or an inn before?
No, but this is so exciting.
Great. How much money do you have?
What?
Okay. Great.
The-
Perfect.
The heroes of Dragon's End need not worry about purchases.
Well, we don't.
yeah,
Like,
that's true.
I also have a giant, behemoth of a man and his small woodland creature with me where I'm like, and +2?
So let's address that. You go up to the bar.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Hey, do you know who I am?
Yeah, you're looks out the window at the statue. That
I
one.
wouldn't be on the statue.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. You helped with the dragon.
Yeah, and there we go.
I was there.
Yeah.
I almost
You were
died.
there?
Yeah.
Really? Wait, you almost died? That's
Yeah.
amazing. But you
But-
survived. So you're a survivor.
That's me. I'm Doxin.
Hi, Doxin. I'm Otto.
This is a
This is
halfling.
my buddy Danky and our new friend Tara.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah. We need rooms for the night.
Okay,
And I
well-
hear that we can get a bit of a hero's discount here.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
He kind of looks at the really big guy and goes,
Well, it's really good that I have that +10
There it is.
modifier on that. That's going to be a 22.
22.
Whoa.
Yeah. Absolutely. Obviously for yourself, Mr. Tiefling.
Otto.
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 Two
yes.
syllables.
Yes. You, Mr. Otto, of course, can stay in as long as you like, as whatever you need. As for your friends, I'm willing to give a half-off discount.
Great. How much would that be?
That would be roughly a silver.
Awesome. Let me just check something real quick. And I'm
Okay.
going to go rummage in my bag.
You rummage in your bag, and you absentmindedly, because it came up in conversation, look at the mason jar of seeds, and you notice that it's half full, where it was full. And then you also find your money.
Okay. I'm actually trying to remember how much money I have on me. I still only have like the 15 plus, but I know that okay, so I have 69 gold dwarven gold.
Okay.
I don't know what that
That's a
currency
lot.
exchange looks like.
Yeah, I don't know. that's up to you and
Great.
Doxin, I guess.
Awesome. So I guess I'll just be like, it's like, I'll tell you what, because I really like you, Doxin. I'm gonna give you one of these shiny gold dwarven coins.
Oh, I couldn't. That's too much, sir.
No, I think that it'll accommodate us for quite a little while, right?
Tara goes, oh, shiny things, and starts rummaging around on her person.
So I'm literally just wearing one big shawl. Like I don't
Okay.
have sophisticated clothes. And so I reach in and you just see me pull out like just a really pretty rock and I put it on the table.
And you get a rock as a gift.
Doesn't want to offend the adorable fawn and Otto being so famous
And also the
looming of-
giant Danky behind me.
and the giant Danky of behind you. And he goes, yeah, sure. 1 gold. That's stay. He looks over at Tara and goes, welcome to Dragon's End. I don't kind of takes it and goes, it's a very pretty rock, and kind of tucks it away.
Thank you so much. And we'll go up to our rooms. And I guess we're probably. Oh, I guess I should also ask him. It's like, can we get 2 more beds?
Yeah.
Not additionally for us, but for him. And I'm just pointing at Danky. It's like he's not gonna. That 1 bed is not gonna work.
Right away, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As we're walking away, I'll lean towards Danky and I'll just go, that wasn't even my prettiest rock.
What is your prettiest rock?
Oh, and I go in and I pull out just this giant, like clear cellulite, like gemstone.
Okay.
That it's just, it has a pocket inside of it that has a little bit of water, because sometimes they'll form air bubbles in pockets, and because of the water, rainbows are just dancing around
Oh,
inside
that
of
is
it.
so awesome.
Oh,
You
that's
just
cool.
had that in the pocket. My God. That is
First
amazing.
one we will use when we need to resurrect someone. Perfect, thank you.
Thank you, Yame. I will work on that right now. Okay. As you guys make your way up to the room, Fizbin with his cheese is left alone at the table.
Thought we were getting along.
As he
Because
you were
we didn't even address we're leaving. He just was sitting there.
Yeah, the party kind of retires for the night, and as you're kind of finishing off your food, kind of thinking about everything you've processed, someone sits at the table in front of you, hooded and mysterious. And we'll get to that. We're gonna rotate all the way around over to Thranduin and Brady as you guys make it into your room and you look around for a bit, kind of get the vibe of the room. Beautiful view of the harbor. It's got an outside deck or a plateau or whatever it's called. You got your rooms and you have your locked chest, and a mirror, which is very nice. It's very unusual. Of course, George still loves his cheese pull.
One does not simply stop loving cheese.
Yeah. It's true. True story.
The cheese takes a hold.
Or you said something was amiss in the room?
No, you have a mirror.
Oh. A regular one.
Yes.
Not some creepy enchanted one. Okay, cool.
Sabrina, get out of here.
I guess I'll lock the door. Make sure the windows are secure.
Okay.
Sorry, my Zoom crashed for a moment there, so I'm assuming we made it to the room. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, great.
Yeah.
The specter kind of being pulled along by the ethereal tie.
Alright, what do you want to know?
So I just I ask anything?
Yeah, and like it can't say no. It's quite literally bound to me and has to do what I want it to.
Ooh.
I never thought I would use this, but it has quickly come in handy, which is kind of upsetting, but also
Maybe a bad sign, but also, yeah, cool. I'd rather have it than not and when I need it.
I want names and positions of
Oh.
everyone that's a part of the
the name's position of everyone in what is it? What's the thing called? Jeff?
The held breath.
Hold up. Nope, all I
We're
could
gonna
think of was
take
the
we're
ghost
gonna take
bloods.
a
I know
quick
it's not
break
that.
to work out a few technical issues.
Yeah.
That might be the move. BRB, homie.
yeah.
B.
We're back and we've brought shenanigans.
Shenanigans have ensued. Jake, look at me. I am the Flurmp now. I am the Captain Flurmp now.
Galaxy Cape is back.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do like
Yay!
That looks wicked.
that's amazing.
It's wicked cool, man.
Multiple shenanigans. This is my spirit animal. Maybe a rabbit hamster with a mustache? I don't know. All
But
I
it has
know
a
is that
butthole,
got a
so it's super
butthole.
fun.
But it has a butthole.
We've got the important bits.
I like how that was just thrown in like at the last second. Like, that's butthole.
All right. So, what do you want to ask Sota.
I want the names and aliases and positions of everybody on the island that's a part of the held breath.
Okay. So the Spectre, kind of shaking a little, tethered to Thranduin, appears very cold. And, without even being able to fight, the members, I know not them all, but he begins listing off a list of names and various aliases. And as the list continues, the party, the two of you become increasingly more like dissettled. Even going as far as to say that they have one of the right hands of the church, a member on the council, and even to Thranduin's dismay, a couple of snake folk.
Those had to have been new, right? You guys recruited them when you got here, or how? For the snake folk. How did you guys recruit them?
Desperation leads to actions. Many people can be manipulated. It appears, whether it's debt or blackmail or manipulation, they have managed to create new agents.
Was Johnny a part of the list?
Johnny was not. And as you inquire about Johnny, how many questions do you get? Is it just...
Oh, shoot.
He is bound to me until I finish my long rest, so she can ask away to her heart's content.
Okay. Good lord. I love
No
it.
limited questions.
It's fine.
And that's today's stream, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Q&A time. Everybody put your questions into the stream.
Ooh, that's not the sound I wanted to play. You know what? Bump it. Let's. Sorry. Sure. He goes on. The Dragonborn has a gambling addiction, and we were working to bring him under our thumb, knowing that he was affiliated with you. How's my volume levels, by the way, chat? Am I right? I can make myself louder if I need to. Thranduin, do you have any questions for the Held Breath?
What do you want with Brady?
Brady was a valuable asset, and then was a lost cause. Having escaped, but she has risen in notoriety, and this island is incredibly valuable. Given her new position of fame, we were going to manipulate her.
You tried whispering something. What was that? That incantation.
Yeah, it started making my head hurt and feel weird.
If I am given enough time, as a member of the College of Whispers, I can speak to an individual, and given enough time, I can weave nefarious words, triggers to induce anxiety and paranoia. I was scared and attempted to desperately invoke this fear in her that I might have an opening of escape. Hail hydrate. Ooh, that's coffee. Hail hydrate.
Literally drinks the thing that will dehydrate you.
Yeah.
You can't even see my drink. I'm just sipping into
Bed.
this. Yeah, I'm in bed. Otto's in bed. I swear there's water in here. I'm not just drinking into a void. It's a bottle.
It's vinegar.
Shh. Yeah. Step up, bro.
Tequila, like your style. It's vinegar. What?
It's vinegar.
Coward.
Get on my level.
Who did the other 2 pearls belong to? There were a total of 3 pearls in that chest. Who did the other 2 belong to?
You are not the only one without memories. We all have been bereft of key information. One of them was mine. The other belonged to our most recent tool.
And who's that?
The E1T. He goes by Lorthix.
Do I recognize that name?
You don't.
Okay.
What's a code word? That I want to know your guys' code words for calling meetings. I saw you say something that signaled to your friend at the fish stall. I want to know what those are and when they're used.
He goes ahead and he gives you a list of passphrases and bolt words, such as "now is not safe," "now is safe," "this individual can be trusted." Passphrases and the like.
Brady's gonna look to Thranduin. Can you think of anything else that I might be forgetting?
Real quick, has it been explained what the purpose of the held breath is? What is the goal of the held breath? What is your purpose?
Like on the island or in general?
Like what do they do? Like what are they exactly?
We watch. We wait for something. I don't know. The plans of the higher-ups are unknown to me, but my goal here on this island is to secretly import members of the Held Breath activate their College of Whispers magic and put them to work or secretly send them back. This island has many uses. And when we discovered this one, it has become one of the forefront goals of the Held Breath.
Who do you report to?
I report to the Hand of the Path. The monarch.
That's the church guy, right?
Yeah. The head monarch is not the Hand of the Path. He is the guide, if you will. He is supposed to know the path the best and lead his flock along the path. And he has 3 captains, if you will, that help him with this goal. There is the Mouth of the Path, the Hand of the Path, and I believe it's the Keeper of the Path.
And what do we know the name of the Hand of the Path?
You don't.
Well, he
But
gave us a
he
list.
refers to himself as. Oh, you're right. So Tariff is the head monarch. The Hand of the Path is name. Sorry. Is Bristle.
Well, if this confirms that you guys are just as terrible as I remember. Anything else you think is important to tell us?
We choose our own path. We choose our own destiny instead of leaving it to the will of fate or chance. We decide.
Just gonna lean in. You chose poorly.
Hate to say it, but I hope you don't rest in peace. And you live with what you've done.
Before I go to just kind of tidy up in here, would you? Okay, cool. Nice.
Is that possible?
He does what I tell him to do.
He's a specter. He attempts to tidy up.
He can like
Poltergeist his way through cleaning
Yeah,
up. Is that
that's-
what you're
yeah.
referring to?
He makes an effort.
look. If he can,
he's
if he can
unsuccessful,
physically
but he
attack-
tries.
If he can physically attack someone, he can physically make my bed. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
He does
Oh wait, I got a
lightning
question.
damage. Okay.
I can't remember. What did we do with his body?
You cut his throat open.
Well, yeah, but where's the body?
I think you
we
freaking
leave
left the
it?
body.
Should we maybe make him go get his own body and bury it?
I
If he can do this
I don't
kind
know
of
if he's
stuff.
strong enough to do that.
Oh my God, Brittany! Like I'm not there, but like
I'm gonna
jeez.
grab the specter.
We did get rid of any evidence that it was us.
Okay,
There's no murder weapon.
fair enough. I was just thinking, if anybody were to see that, then it would just look like some strange phenomenon that killed him.
Yeah, so and he's a seedy guy, you know.
Big shady.
The town obviously isn't safe.
Yeah.
I was really more of
Hey.
a Blu-ray person myself, but you know, he could be CD guy if he wants to be.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure our
Wow.
reputation probably will protect us enough, at least in the beginning. Not recommending that we go sneaking in and killing people, because
Yeah, not my goal, but I mean, you want him to clean your room, I want him to hide a body. Same thing, right?
well, I mean,
Similar goals.
they're both
Brittany,
rooms
what's
and they're
your
both
alignment
dirty,
again?
so-
Ooh.
Chaotic good.
Chaotic,
All right.
chaotic, lazy.
Chaotic.
We're both chaotic, lazy. Like clean, do the thing. I don't want to. But I guess that's all for questions.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
So, cutting over to Tara. Otto is fast asleep in bed, as is his way. Denki is like trying to bed, trying to bed. He's trying to do the thing where he's trying to sleep, and he is meeting without success. And he eventually kind of sits up.
Gave him 3 beds.
Yeah. Kind of sits up. And is frustrated.
Let me see if there's anything I have that can make him more comfortable. Can I use just before to like help him fall asleep? I'd like to use Druidcraft.
Okay.
And just make like a little one of the harmless sensory effects that just kind of bring a little bit of outside in, a nice smell comes into the room as if we were outside camping at a lake, and things like that. Make kind of like an ambiance and a little bit of white noise to help with that.
It looks like it helps a little bit, but
Okay.
the core issue is the bed. In that, it's too soft, and eventually, he takes his pillow, kind of lies down on the floor, and kind of looks up at you, sees that you're awake, and goes, soft.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna gather like all of the like leftover pillows that are around, and I'm just gonna kind of make like a little pillow pack next to him on the floor. And I'm just I'm a tiny little fawn creature, and I'm gonna do just a couple of circles, and then just kind of bend down on my little fawn legs and fall asleep like a pretty little fae
Oh.
that I am.
Okay. He kind of pat and rolls over with a chuckle. Real quick, Brady, the memories that were returned to you are that of your training to become a College of Whispers, which involves much practice, instilling terror in people, manipulation tactics, how to spy. You aren't given, let's go ahead and say you're given first level passwords and stuff like that, and then you also have the things you learned from the interrogation. Yeah. Jumping back over to Fizbin.
So drinking my water.
The individual sits before you. Would you be interested in telling me about House Ramsey? He has the accent of the Endeavor.
I'm sorry. Do I know you?
You do not. But I am willing to pay you for information.
About my house.
It's a house. Like a building?
Sort of. Why do you want to know?
I am interested in this northern continent, and you seem to not be allied with Drogar.
Far from it.
I would especially like to know of your god.
Oh, now that I can work with. I'll even give that to you for free.
Freely? Why?
Because to learn about the great true god, the Stormfather, is a blessing all on its own.
You would give me your secrets for free. They must
Secrets?
be cheap indeed.
Oh, you hear thunder in the background.
He kind of looks about and is unsettled. Do you
There is
not?
nothing cheap about the Stormfather and his blessings.
Are they not secrets? You would just tell anyone of your doctrine?
I would tell anyone about the truth. Do you know how to build a home?
Yes.
Why? Because you have blueprints? Someone taught it to you?
Sure.
You know how to build a house because it is a true, real way of building. Stormfather is the same. He is the true one god. There is no reason to hide any information about him. I will gladly teach you about his blessings. For it is only the right thing to do.
You spend some time talking about the Stormfather.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
He eventually cuts you off a bit and goes, "You say it is the only god? The Stormfather."
There may be others,
And
but what I'm sorry.
what do these gods think of the Stormfather? How do they coexist? It makes no sense.
It's not up to me to know that. I'm not a god.
So you do have secrets. Or you simply do not know.
Kind of the same thing, really.
Yes, I suppose it is. Tell me of Ramsey.
I will tell you of Ramsey if I get information in return.
And you won't accept payment?
I am one of the wealthiest members of my family where I am from. I do not need frivolous wealth.
So
I need information.
House Ramsey is a noble family.
House Ramsey is many things. Formed of many races and many clans. Used to be full of a lot of dwarves until many centuries ago. But still. Yes.
Ask your questions.
You sound like you're from this new continent with these new people. I wish to know about them and your church that is being spawned here.
The Endeavor is an all-encompassing network. It is the name of their country. It is the name of their government. The Endeavor is the church. The Endeavor is the Merchants Guild. It is the economy itself. It is the governing forces. The only thing they have not conquered is the barbaric tundric wastelands of the north. We have been in control of the entire continent for 7 generations.
Can I see his
The
face?
sound of the party taking notes. He is
I know.
pointedly shrouding his face. He appears
Accent.
humanoid.
He appears humanoid, okay, but the accent is not. I would not be able to recognize it as a dragonborn or.
You can
or
see
anything like
his
that.
chin, and it's fleshy. He's probably human. He's got a strong butt chin going on.
Mm. Why did you choose to build your churches here?
I did not choose this. But I would very much like to know that as well. I believe that the church is up to something nefarious.
Well, yes, they're full of false worshippers. Of course, they're up to something.
Why do you say
but-
that? He points. You almost he jerks and you almost catch a glimpse of his you catch a brief glimpse of his mouth. Why? Why do you say that? Explain it to me.
They are not worshippers of the Stormfather.
Oh. This makes you conclude that he believes there's something more going on inside the church. Let us speak somewhere more private. He gets up and turns. You get a brief glimpse of a downturned mouth and a pointy nose. As he steps and turns and walks out.
I follow.
Okay. You are led to you're led out of the city, and you go along the coastline. And once you're down by kind of alone by some beaches, and you get clear visibility in a long direction, you see the blockade of boats some distance away. Obviously out of earshot. You see him look around and kind of take his hood off and straightens. It is Somber, the councilman, who kind of stepped out and kind of tried to kind of get in Drogar's face.
Councilman of Dragon's End.
Councilman Somber.
He's from Dragon's End.
Yes, yes. He was the one with the cane, which clearly was an act. Because he is tall. Still old, but he gives you the impression of like a triathlon, you know, just very kind of no fat on him at all, kind of wiry. And he's not your height, but he certainly is tall for a human.
And he would also chuckle at this, at the display of him. gaining some height there, and Fizbin will do the same thing. He'll go from his very hunched stance to his full 6'9" height. And
Two old men
chuckles a,
put aside their disguises and have a moment of like, Drogar has Drogar has embedded himself like a tick in the council house, in the town hall.
Yes, so I noticed.
We will be meeting tomorrow, and I would appreciate if you were there, seeing as the circumstances. He cannot hope to lash out in any aggressive way, but he seems to know that if he does not return to his people, they will take Dragon's End. This is something I cannot have. I will not let some usurper come in, some hired thug. We were just finishing dictating our laws. We were going to make a council. We were going to have a democracy. It was going to be just.
Gonna be a D&D McDonald's down the street.
We were going to have a Dunkin' Donuts. We were going to have dental.
Dare they?
I want to build something new here. Away from the iron grip of the Endeavor while still being a part of it. But I can't do that with Drogar, let alone the Church of the Path. So I need answers. You are a cleric. What does that mean?
What does it mean to be a cleric?
Yes. We have not seen one, I don't think. Dunkin' Dragons.
There you go. We found the name of the session.
Dunkin' Dragons.
That is the name of the episode. Let's go.
And or the name of the final episode of last season.
Yeah.
Yep.
He gets his attitude gets a little bit more jovial.
Okay.
Oh, you know, say the occasional hymn, lead the choir, raise the hands, and say some mystical words to make the calm and the peace amongst the crowds.
He nods. This is all some stuff. This is all things that the Church of the Path does.
Yes, and every once in a while, blow things up with lightning. Oh, sorry, no, that's just a me thing. That's not a cleric thing at all. It is. I am a cleric of the Stormfather, and you know he has
You have
his
a
name
certain
for a
aesthetic.
reason.
You have a certain vibe.
Of course. No, it is very wise of you to want me in that meeting. It is good that you came to me. Tell me, what do you know of Drogar?
We haven't spoken since he's entombed himself in the council room.
Get very close to him. You are right to not trust Drogar. He is a merciless mercenary. He will kill without question if he feels threatened.
It sounds like you have had experience with Drogar. He looks over at the fleet that has blockaded the island.
Ah, yes. You see the army that Drogar needs to defend his title and his respect. Have me in that meeting tomorrow. Understand that his enemies only sent me. That should tell you enough.
Okay. Will I be able to depend on House Ramsey in the future? We didn't have an ambassador upon your behalf, upon your house's behalf. We had thorns, we had toils, and we had rots.
We are under the banner of Thorn. Let's just leave it at that.
Right. Do you know where their ambassadors are? All 3 of them disappeared hours before they showed up.
Do I? Do I know?
You don't know.
That is not something I have learned in the 7 hours that I've been here.
Well, it sounds like you are a potential ally. And that means House Thorn is a potential ally. We will speak.
With that being said, I would like to request to potentially bring some others with me tomorrow. I am quite a force, but as I said, I was alone, and that is more than 300 ships out on the field, out on the sea.
Who would you bring
I would
with
like to
you?
have. I met with a few individuals today that I think you know. He looks around and like kind of looks for the statues. I think I met that one.
Oh.
And also
Oh.
that one.
That's going to be interesting. But yes, the heroes of Dragon's End. That's a mixed bag.
Yes.
I find them quite useful. They seem like, well, most of them seem like decent people. That Brady, I've come to know her well. She seems trustworthy.
We drank water together.
Thranduin
I'm okay with that.
concerns me. He has much influence. And that tiefling, I don't trust him at all. But they have been good for Dragon's End, its namesake. As well as... they have been a good influence on Dragon's End. And so I find that useful. Other members of the council are quite intimidated by them. Some of them. Some members
Good.
of the council.
Good.
They see them as bypassing the order of which we are trying to establish here. Yeah. Well, we'll speak more tomorrow. He promptly puts up his hood, gives you a head nod, and turns and walks away.
Do the old man shuffle as we split ways.
Yeah. As the two of you get back, you both hunch and adopt your various old man personas and part ways. Okay. Safe to say, you can either sleep on your boat or sleep in the tavern or, find an alleyway or whatever what you want to do there.
I've got a fancy bed in my boat.
There you go. The boat which is docked in the harbor. Morning comes. Otto!
I would like one thing.
Oh, sorry, hang on. Yes,
Before-
Thranduin.
I have one final task
Oh.
for my specter,
Okay.
which is
Fluff
to
my
go-
pillows.
Which
Sorry.
is to go to the body, and if anyone is there, he will moan in anguish about the shadowed figure that broke in and killed him and ran off.
Okay. It goes off to do that.
So that there will be no questions towards us.
Okay.
We'll say it was a see, not a tiefling or a half elf.
Watch
Maybe
it.
a dwarf or a human. A human would be very smith. Would be very
Man.
Yeah, just like some random human. He
okay.
didn't know who. 'Cause
Cool,
that
cool,
will
cool.
take suspicion off all of us.
It goes off to do that, and then you get your long rest. Otto,
Yeah.
you awake refreshed. You have slept in a bed.
Yeah. I like beds.
Jasmine, I like beds. You see the two outlanders that you have pseudo adopted that you have brought into the fold just sleeping on the ground. One kind of sprawled out on the ground, snoring loudly. The other one curled up like an adorable fey creature.
If I had known that, I would have taken the 3 beds.
Beans.
Beans. Oh, I'm surprised. I hope I opened a window last night as well.
Did you?
I don't know.
I had a little. Outdoor.
That's true. Actually, it smells like a nice lakeside campfire in here.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. You did that. So, yeah, no, we've got some ozonation going on.
Otto, you're the one that farts in your sleep. So if anyone.
Excuse you.
Don't squeeze Otto.
Shush.
Look,
We don't have to recall that.
too late.
So,
It is
what do you
Fair
do,
enough.
Otto?
carried over.
It is morn. It's the crack of dawn, and the sun is just starting to bring that black sky into a nice grayish blue tint. Birds begin chirping. You smell as you kind of open the window and get the vibe of the city. It's still tense, and the Dragon's End is going at lengths to try to keep everything functioning and not just divulge into terrified riots.
Gotcha.
But you also note that they've closed the main gate out onto the island. Not that that would stop the likes of you, but
Yeah, no.
you do see that the city is attempting to be in lockdown. It's got some stone walls, but it's very exposed to the port.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't want people fleeing into the island.
Yeah, which
It's crazy dangerous.
Well, is the danger really out there, or is the danger here?
There's danger everywhere. Welcome to Longshot RPG.
These are my questions.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
I guess from that, then I would, well, I would get up, I would stretch, and there's even the possibility that I fall back asleep. But, between the 3 of us, though, we don't have any objective right now.
That's true. That'll come in a minute.
So I guess I'm just kind of chilling in the room, you know, probably just we probably do have a couple of spare beans from last night, and I'm probably throwing them into Danky's mouth, just to have him eat them.
If one of the beans flies off and hits me and wakes up, I would definitely Tara would just wake up and just go "Ah!" with no idea where she is, and she jumps a surprising 11 feet into the air.
So you hit the ceiling.
Feeling.
You get up, and he gets up.
Ah! Everyone's yelling! Ah! Jeez.
Quietly, just gets to his feet, and then you kind of land.
Don't blame me, blame her.
And then you kind of land on him.
Yeah, just body slam.
All right.
That's really all we're
Yeah.
doing at this point up here.
Darling, wait.
This is
Can I get more of
chaos.
that cool food that we found yesterday? What were they? French fries? I want that for breakfast.
Let's get composed here, and then we'll go back down to the inn.
Instantly wants more food.
Okay.
As I'm saying that, I'm just
Brady and
I'm
Thranduin
giving
also-
Danky the people's elbow on the way out.
Brady and Thranduin, you guys have awoken. Brady sleeping a little more soundly. What?
Nothing. You'll see.
Okay. Brady and Thranduin, also awakened. Brady getting more sleep than she has in about half a year, now that she feels a little more prepared. You guys heading down for some breakfast as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So the five of you, including Denki, reconvene. No.
I just found. See, that's his face.
Oh my gosh.
Where did you? What is this? It's a tiefling and a barbarian. What is happening?
I'm turning his.
How did you find such an accurate depiction of the two of you?
I don't know. I was just looking for bearded tiefling, and this popped up. My face is getting so red; it's actually matching the skin.
The five of you meet up in a tavern.
You broke him again.
My stomach hurts.
What?
That's great.
I can't. Oh my god. I couldn't deal with that. Oh my god. There we go.
Okay.
Brilliant.
So anytime that we're together, just remember. They just get serious.
So, Jeff, I will say,
Mm-hmm.
I do want it noted that before Brady leaves, at any point, she does stick like a piece of paper, like a small piece of paper or something in the door that would indicate if it had been opened.
Okay.
Since she'd been gone.
Okay. Smart.
Are you talking?
We're talking.
Check.
We're
1,
saying-
2. Hey.
There you go.
You're there
you go.
now.
All right. The noted. That's smart. The five of you are getting breakfast when a very boisterous, spring in his step, Dragonborn strides into
Tell
the room.
everybody I'm on my way.
Strides into
Brady
the
starts
room.
playing
Yes.
tune, like an entrance theme.
Slightly less fog. I feel like spending a spell slot right now. It's still early in the morning.
A bit of fog rolls in with you.
No, he's not going to use it this
Oh,
time.
okay.
Remember his last entrance, he used cloud. I used 3 spells to do that entrance, by the way. Or if you count the spell
Gosh.
magic. So
Worth it.
Oh my god.
it was definitely worth it.
No regret.
One was a level 3 spell, so I mean, anyway, what am I doing? Yeah, I'm here for the coffee and the food.
You
And
experience
you're right,
the
I'm
coffee,
very jovial.
and you get a bit of milk, to go with it. Nice, thank you, Otto.
When you said he gets a bit of milk, I thought you were saying they only gave him milk. Like he asked
No.
for coffee and they're like, here's milk.
They give him cream and sugar as well. And he comes over and plops himself down.
I have many cups. All the cups.
All the cups.
Got the whole teapot, or coffee pot, or whatever it's called. Hello, welcome, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Hope you all
morning.
slept well. Thank you. I wanted to thank you all for your company last night. That was quite welcome. Thank you.
Well, it was a rather entertaining conversation. Did you bring those for us as well? And she's kind of like eyeing the cream, sugar, and coffee, kind of like,
Yes, of course. Yes, here you are. Here you are.
thank you. Dumps the whole sugar in. I'll go get more.
Watch
like-
her do whatever she does. I'm gonna do because I have no idea what this is. So I'm
Oh God.
No.
She may be like, that'll make it really sweet if you like sweet.
You're about to
Wait.
give this.
About to have a lightning bug in her hand.
Yeah, we're like, this
Brandon
font
was
is
just
about to have the biggest sugar rush.
Sitting there just
lightning
like
bug.
upside down dumping sugar into it, like there's something like he should like wait, I shouldn't be putting this much sugar, like this is how it's supposed to be drank.
Oh
Like,
God.
This is
Like
the way
we
it
got
tastes
Brady
good,
over
though.
here acting like Buddy the Elf and just like putting all the
Brady,
sugar into
as you're
things.
getting more sugar, you look out the window, and the Church of the Path has surrounded the house, the kind of raggedy old lean-to that you went and got yourself your information and memories. And it looks like they're
wonder why.
attempting to exorcise the house because they now believe it is haunted.
Of course, my character doesn't know this, but I'm gonna say out of character. Good job, guys.
And you
Good
return
God.
with all the sugar. And Tara and Thranduin both begin
No,
just
no, Tara, no.
pouring copious amounts of sugar in there.
Just start with one. See how you like it.
Do you like it?
Sorry, put so much in it.
I need more.
Yeah, meanwhile, she is putting in more herself.
Oh, God. All right.
These two.
Caffeinated and sugar rush. The party has a meal of smoked sausage and eggs with some leafy greens for the fawn. I don't know if she eats meat or what, but
I'll eat it here and there, but definitely leafy greens are better.
okay.
Brady would have probably gone and convinced the bartender to give them some fruit as well, because the coffee wasn't sweet enough. Clearly, some fruit is needed.
You are brought strawberries.
Ooh, nice.
Choice.
It looks like
Good choice, bartender.
it looks like Dachshund's son is manning the kitchen and brings over the strawberries, kind of wide-eyed at the party, looking at Brady and Thranduin especially. And then finally he goes, wow, and he turns and scampers away.
Thank you.
Ah, yes, you're the legends, the heroes of the something or another they call you, right?
What do they call us?
Why didn't any of you tell me you had a title? That should have been. You should have started with that.
What?
I mean, there were statues of them. I just kind of.
That
Yeah.
perception just went like last night.
I'm
I
just gonna
suppose
put
you're
it
right.
down. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not on the statues.
That's true.
That's true. You're not on the statues.
Yeah.
So, legendary heroes, what do you plan to do to save the city today? Clearly has
They
like
both are just like,
he's just in a very schemy kind of persona
Yeah.
right now.
I
You're
guess
like,
from
you're
that,
like,
I'm just gonna kind of
what are
like,
you up to?
yeah.
Just like
I'm gonna look over at like Thranny and Brady at this point.
Like has fun activities planned, but you're like,
what was that? Sorry, I can't hear you too well.
Hold on, is my mic not picking
No,
up?
Thranduin.
We can hear you, Otto.
Oh,
Thranduin's
okay.
a little.
So he's got like that old, like grandpa vibes. Like got something like super fun planned, but the kids are like, what's going on?
What's he
He's just
gonna
like,
do?
"Eh."
We're either gonna go to an arcade or we're gonna go cliff jumping.
To the dentist.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna eyeball or like make some glances over at like Thranny and Brady and just kind of be like, I don't know what this guy like. He seems a little sketchy, right? Like, I mean, it wasn't this friendly when we first started. He wanted to know things, but now he's like inquiring about our missions.
Rogue is suspicious.
Yes, he is.
Did you have something in mind?
Me? Well, yes, I have something that I'm going to do. I didn't know if you had any plans. You're the only ones I really know here, so I figured I'd get to talk to you. Drink some more coffee.
Hush, hush now.
Immediately
No.
double like glances at the coffee, like
What do you put in it?
something fishy about this coffee.
Do you not trust me?
It's good once you put enough sugar in it.
Tara, you feel the caffeine hitting you. You've never had a caffeine and sugar rush this big before.
Oh, she's gonna jump off the table.
Ooh, and I'm gonna jump high.
Take a look outside. Actually, question. For those of you who were from this Endeavor place, what are they doing out there?
Brady,
Being-
they being, I assume, the
The,
Church of the
the
Path
Rose
trying
of-
to exorcise the church, the house.
Trying to exorcise some demons.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing some kind of exorcism. I haven't really seen them
No.
do
Demons,
that.
fiends, and devils do exist in this world.
Yeah.
That
Have we
is
seen them? Do
nuts.
they do that often? Or is this kind of new?
They are Catholic fantasy. Not to put too much of a, throw too much shade on the Catholic Church, but Catholic fantasy is what I'm pulling from a lot of for the vibe of this church. And,
Yeah,
I
but
want a
this whole-
crusade.
Never mind.
sorry, culturally,
Are
yeah,
they gonna be able to get away with
it's
it?
like, what, he's
because this
crazy?
is kind of a regular occurrence.
Well, yeah, this is something that the church does.
Okay.
It's like, what? There's a crazy person? He must have demons in him, stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay.
And sometimes
Great.
they do.
So we're like
but,
Salem times of everything.
little bit.
Can I roll a religion check to see if they're actually doing something
Sure, go for it.
exorcism wise?
I mean,
They're
either way,
just-
they're gonna succeed because it's definitely gone.
Are you
Good on
saying
you,
that?
church.
It's like I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's
18.
gone.
Well, it's to like identify that what they are doing
Yeah.
is religious in nature and not
Right.
arcanic.
Okay. 18.
So a 18.
This is religious in nature. And if there were a demon, might work. But Thranduin, you're kind of looking out there, and you do a little double take as you see Johnny is very much in chains, and kind
Oh
of
no, you guys.
being
Why is Johnny in
interrogated.
chains?
And it looks very scared. But he also knows the truth. Well, he knows that
Truth
he was there.
being-
He knows that y'all were there.
Uh-oh.
Did we interact with Johnny?
Yeah.
I believe
I didn't
so.
think we had. I thought he had left with his money.
Yeah. No.
No, he saw you
No?
guys
We
as
saw
you guys
Okay.
were leaving.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a.
Out of town, then.
That's a little bit of a. Under.
Well, Johnny should have some pull too, technically. He was with us, sort of. Oh no, was he? When we
No,
saved
he stayed
town?
with
No. Okay.
I don't know why he's under
He stayed with
suspicion though.
Sam.
He's a dragonborn.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know.
Well, that's interesting. So, Fizbin,
I mean, not
What are
worried
you-
about it.
what are your plans for today? You said you had plans. What are you thinking of doing? Gonna go sightseeing?
Ooh,
Get-
sexy.
with my wisdom of knowing these two, would I see that as a deflection of the
Yeah,
question?
pretty-
Because these two would. I know
don't
their
know.
routine.
You've been gone 6 months. I don't know how.
Oh,
much-
don't start that. I knew you for at least 3 weeks before this.
He knows
Well,
you guys
tech-
pretty well.
Knew you for a whole 9 levels, Jake.
Yeah, 9 levels in
Regardless of
3
time.
weeks.
6. Excuse me.
Angry bundle.
That's almost half the maximum amount of levels you could have at D&D. Okay, he's known you half his life.
Like, I'm not gonna bring it up at the table with Fizman there, but I'm kind of like shooting some glances at both of them, like, what did you two do? Like,
And Brittany is kind of watching, kind of curiously, like what is going on?
You
Oh,
would
well.
know what they're up to.
I mean, but
Like
you
the
two.
exorcism.
Scene that I would know of. I mean, the gates are closed. I can't really go anywhere. I don't really plan on leaving the city anyway. No, I had a meeting to attend to today. And I think it might be important for the city. So I'm curious as to why none of you got an invite.
Oh, we don't take care of that kind of stuff.
The party
Why not?
has
You're the
been,
heroes.
especially Brady, has been in town meetings before.
Oh, well,
Not Otto.
Those are
He's
boring.
been gone.
yeah.
I mean, they let us at the meetings because we killed the dragon. Like, it's more of a,
Ceremonial
A
thing.
respect.
yeah, like, we wouldn't be here without you, so I guess you guys can show up and sit there, whatever. But like, they
You
don't-
guys
You've
got the
definitely
key
felt
to
the
the
mixed
city.
bag of cold shoulder slash, especially once the city was more established, the council did start trying to distance themselves from you a bit. But
I'm sure.
at first they were very much like, yeah, these guys, and now they're like, let's all forget that happened, and please honor
Us,
our
though, look
authority.
at us instead.
Yeah.
Respect my authority.
Yeah, Brady would have sat in on some here and there, but maybe not so
Especially
much
by
for
the behest of the held breath.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is still a mystery to my character Fizbin because their clan has been they're political. They have their own structure in the house, but a lot of it is friendly competition.
Mhm.
It's very based on militarized
Yeah.
zealotry, basically.
Yeah. So this whole free speech thing. this
Yeah.
whole
It's a
what
bit
do you
odd.
mean your opinion has sway?
Yeah.
I actually was a bit curious about that meeting today. I was thinking about talking to a few people about that.
And you also know one of the 3 council members is a member of the Held Breath.
Does that sound like you want to go to this meeting? Again, just smug.
I-
Are you inviting
Smile.
us to this meeting?
Oh, all right, you've convinced me. You can come with me if you'd like. I don't really have anyone else, and I might need some bodyguards. I mean, look at all of the people out there.
Well, that is so generous, Fizbin. Thank you. We would love to come.
Danky
Just
and I
kind
are
of going
probably
along
just...
with it, like,
Let's
yeah,
see what
you're
we
the
come
one
up with.
bringing us.
I'm just gonna gotta look up at Danky. It's like, I guess we're going to a meeting. I don't know what's going on. But hopefully it won't be too long, and we can figure out how to get these guys the heck off our island.
You signing this or saying it?
I'd probably be like, while stuffing my face full of food, like signing it over to him so it's just between us.
Got it. What is he doing? Why does he making weird sounds?
I'm sorry, I have Tourette's.
You need a healing? I can heal.
No,
Danky
it's
leans
really
over.
it's a terminal
Prepares a lesser
condition. It's not
restoration,
really,
like-
yeah, you can. I mean, you can. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to it. I'm just saying, like, I don't think
Yeah,
it'll
we're
do
just
anything.
we're just waiting for it to take his life, but it just
Yeah, I mean,
stubborn,
like,
you know?
I live with
He's
this pain
hanging
and
on.
anguish one day at a time.
Denki leans over and
You're
goes,
so brave. You're so brave, Otto. You're an inspiration to us all.
Yeah, like, I mean, it almost seems like we're talking with our hands sometimes.
Oh.
It's contagious though, so you should
Well.
keep 6 feet.
And
That
you see,
might actually come in handy. Come to think of it, I don't. That was funny. But still, and he leans down like closer, kind of leans over the table close to Otto, like that. That seriously may come in handy for this meeting, so that we can communicate without having to talk.
That's
it would take
awesome.
a while
Hey,
to learn
but,
that language.
Yeah, but on top of that, I'm gonna say it's like, can I ask you a question?
You can ask me anything you want.
Great. Do they
Oh,
have
God.
toothbrushes in the north?
They do.
Yeah, what?
Toothbrushes, like,
So, I just wanted to know if you used one. You'll
He
bring
is a member of a
Stang.
noble house. He would.
You smile.
I'm sure, but it's still old Dragonborn.
If you like, I can
Smell.
bite your neck. You can see how sharp it is.
Yeah, I'm sure they're very sharp.
Yeah, you see Tara eventually put her coffee cup down, which is now
She's
completely
just-
empty. And she's just like, "Oh, a meeting? Meeting sounds really cool. What's in a meeting? How many people are going to be in there? How many people can you guys fit into one of these buildings? How many buildings are there? What type of people do you have?" And she just starts.
Oh God! Everyone kind of
She's
comes
starting
to
to
a
hear
sta-
colors and see sound. Like
everyone
she's
kind of
like
everyone
on
kind of
that
comes to a
level.
halt and kind of looks over at the fawn, and
Hoodwinked
she's just like
squirrel.
going for it.
In her
I feel I
chattering-
may have made a mistake.
Yeah.
amidst the chattering, another whisper to Otto. And in all seriousness, we might need some distractions as well.
Well, I mean, that's what we're good for, right? Stanky. Yeah.
He looks
Really?
over at
It-
Stanky and goes, "Not name." Oh.
Rudy is gonna get like a
Beans.
loaf of bread and give it to Tara. Like, here, this will soak up some of that coffee.
Oh, thanks.
Try that.
There is going to be a caffeine crash in the future. Just a heads up.
Oh, she's
Now exhausted.
Middle of the meeting, just
You're like,
Meanwhile,
yeah,
this is Rudy's like now she's at her normal level.
right.
Excellent. Well, we have an accord. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you coming to do this. The House of Ramsey and the House of Thorn will bless you.
So when's this
What do
meeting?
you expect
It's
to happen at this meeting?
in the
that you
it's
want
within
us
the
there?
hour.
Okay.
What do I
Well-
expect?
You
I'm not really sure, honestly.
does this have anything to do with Drogar?
Everything's going to have to do with Drogar now that he's here. It's
Who is he?
okay. He's just a big bully, really.
He asked, "Who is he?"
Who is he?
To you.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
He's just a big bully, really. He used to be some big hotshot back in the day, and now he's trying desperately to cling to more mercenary work to, I don't know, do something, obtain power, or I don't know. He's just really mean.
Trying to stay relevant?
He hasn't been
Oh.
relevant since I defeated him many years ago.
Oh heck. Putting a pause in that. Thank you, Spud, for the D20. A random member, you say? Oh, that's me. Spud, you've chosen chaos.
Rogar gets 20 HP.
Somebody does. And, well, he gets a D20. He gets 6. And also, the
That's
Herald
great.
Studios, thank you for the sub. That's 2 months in a row, my homie. Appreciate it.
And the posture check.
Oh, God.
Does he get like the D20 HP now or when we go into battle?
10 hit points.
I specified it does not surpass the maximum, so it technically fizzles. But
Aw.
that's all right. Okay.
Next time.
So you guys, so Fizbin just dropped a bomb that he has, quote, defeated him before.
Yes.
And he'll hydrate.
Hey, hydrate.
And hydrate. Drink your water.
Well, then I guess we best get ready.
Okay.
All right. Well, Danky and I are gonna drink the coffee and probably grab some bread and beans for the road.
Okay.
For those of you with magic, I would recommend prepping something for quick escape, perhaps.
What do you
What
plan on
meeting are
doing
we
at
going
this
to?
I
meeting?
plan on doing anything, but I am bringing you for security purposes, and Drogar is.
But why would you want us for security purposes if you've already defeated Drogar?
I can fight Drogar. I can't fight all of the rest of them at the same time. Well, maybe I could.
Well,
It would be so tiresome, and I have you to do that.
Yeah, I know, but what's my incentive to help that out?
Wait, so do you want us for quick escape or fighting?
Yeah, that's really what it is.
What do you want exactly?
I don't know.
I vote hey.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for too. I'm just wondering, like, what kind of distractions we gotta do. Can I like, what has he got on his person that I could probably see?
Oh, that's a Fizbin question.
He is still in his back in his regalia armor of chunks of glass and stone to equivocate. Yeah, the only like metal he's got on his person is his flail. Other than that, he's got nothing really of value because he is of the cloth and of the glass.
It's true, but the flail, is it just ceremonial or is it more?
It looks shiny. It looks like it probably is more ceremonial, or someone cleaned it up with some magic.
Just wondering if like give Danky
It does
a new
not
weapon.
look like it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's got a lot of use.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I mean, you don't really have anything there. Maybe, I don't know, like maybe a couple, 10 gold pieces would be nice.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, that'll do us for now.
All right. Well, it's on my ship. I'll have to go get it. But yes, all right. If money is what you want,
Great. We'll be here waiting to get that advance.
Can I go see
it's
your
on the way. You might as well come with me.
All right.
Tara expresses interest in seeing the ship.
Oh yes, of course, yes, absolutely. I would love to show you my ship.
The two of them, or maybe the four of them, get up. And Brady follows. Thranduin, I assume, also follows?
Thranduin is going to see if he can talk to Johnny.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that you've now gotten incarcerated over something you did.
Brady's gonna kind of walk with him for a moment and
That's
just be
why
like,
he's trying to make it right.
Yeah, like it. I mean, I'm not like
Noticing the
saying, you put him
entourage
in the
is like splitting off.
Brady's gonna kind of walk with him for a moment and be like, do you want me to come with you, or do you want to handle this on your own?
Pretty charismatic too, so.
Where is he going?
Where's he going?
You were
Who's
able
he
to see them
whispering
kind
that
of
to?
branch off and approach the Church of the Path that has surrounded the building, brandishing symbols of golden wheels. Brady and Thranduin approach, all wearing their ceremonious cloaks and with the hoods up and stuff like that. You know, doing their chants. And as you approach, one briskly turns around and straightens up. It is Tariff.
This is the hand.
No, this is the leader. This is the.
Oh, okay.
And he goes. Just hard stares, the both of you. What have you come to the path with?
Just stop by to see if there's anything we can do to help.
Well, I do believe that there is naught you can do, pagan.
What happened to Johnny? What's up with that?
This Dragonborn has been exposed. This house is haunted, and he has been rumored and seen exiting and affiliating himself with the denizens who have now perspired. If we cannot exorcise the demons of this haunted house, we will burn it to the ground with him in it.
What color Dragonborn is Johnny?
Red.
Okay.
Johnny, with his hands kind of cuffed, is kind of got his mouth clamped shut now, and he is darting a look at the both of you, but he clearly has not ratted you guys out.
I guess he's not aware that red dragonborns are like are they resistant to fire, being fire dragons?
They're resistant, yes, but a house burning to the ground might eventually do the trick.
Fine, he's fine.
You also know that Johnny is a believer of the path. He is a born and bred Endeavor enthusiast, and so he's got all sorts of emotions flying around right now.
He's an Endeavorholic.
Huh.
He's very patriotic, and that includes the Church of the Path.
Like, enough that he's just like, yeah, I'll die in a burning house if I
He
have
does
to.
not seem super stoked about that. Stoked.
Okay. Okay, cool. Cool.
He also knows that it's not haunted.
Right. Or does he? Because no one would know where the specter came from.
Be gone.
When did the haunting bits begin? When did that?
Sometime in the night.
And is this where Johnny lives, or?
He looks at one of his helpers, and the helper goes, "Does not matter."
Would I know where Johnny lives?
Johnny lives. Let's see. Where does Johnny live? Let's go ahead and say he's moved in the underplace, with the snake folk.
Okay, so I know that he. Okay. How can you be sure that he's had contact with this? Whatever, if he doesn't live here. Like, what? Are you ready to just burn an innocent man over nothing?
If the haunting began last night, then it wasn't haunted prior.
We
It's safe
have
to assume.
searched the building and found sinister things. Things that need not bother you. And if he might have anything to do with it, then frankly, he should be honored to die.
I have a hard time seeing how he had anything to do with anything when he was with us while the boats were coming in.
Frankly, I don't care how you see it. The time of death of the individual in the house does not immediately require the haunting. You may believe what you will, pagan. I will not dictate your faith. But
As
you may
should,
not.
Aunt.
But you may not interpose your will here.
If I may, I may have an ability to be able to see if he has come in contact with anything, shall we say, not of our world. It's a little hit or miss, but when it works, it's pretty obvious if he's been touched by otherworldly things. Ghosts, whether good or bad, is hard to say, but...
He kind of raises an eyebrow and looks to dismiss you when one of the people standing next to him goes, "And demons?"
Yes. Like I said, it's
They
a
all
little...
kinda start
demons are a
murmuring with
little
each other.
clearer.
They all start
But-
murmuring to each other, and you see him kind of... This isn't anything pagan, is it?
No. Nothing to worry about there.
Roll persuasion.
Come on, dice. You said persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
25.
Okay. all of his people are like, it's not pagan, you know. And he kind of takes note of the tide of the crowd going against him. He also notes the bystanders, the onlookers. This is a very public confrontation. He goes, I will permit this. And he gestures with a hidden smirk.
And so she's gonna be like, okay, I need to touch him. Is that okay? That's kind of part of the whole thing.
Just do what you gotta do, Brady.
Okay, I don't want to get stabbed. But
He's just gonna like step in and like kind of
So-
a little bit of like, you're not actually in control here. You can think all you want, but I'm saying that it's okay.
So what she's gonna do is she's going to put a hand on Johnny,
Okay.
and then her lyre is strapped to her thigh still. So she is going to start playing some music, and there's basically going to be some. She's casting minor illusion.
Okay.
So there's gonna be a slight wind, like
Okay.
a wind tunnel, so to speak, that kind of starts to pick up around them, her and Johnny. And then, she'll open her eyes and she'll just kind of like look him over, kind of like she's searching for something.
He's got straight deer in the headlights. Just
And then when the air's gonna die down, she's gonna go, he hasn't been touched by anything. He's clean.
okay. Johnny's like, yeah, I'm clean. I'm the cleanest. I ain't done nothing.
I'm gonna put
I'll
my
wash
hand
my
on
armpits.
Johnny and just
You're-
be like, we know.
You're clean, Johnny.
You know.
You're clean.
I'm clean. I'm clean.
And I'm gonna kind of like, because the crowd is there, I'm gonna say it loud and I'll be like, the heroes of Dragon's End proclaim you clean.
Okay. It seems to take effect. A lot of the chanters kind of start relaxing and looking up at the house as a whole instead of looking at him, you know what I mean, for answers.
And of course, even Brady looks relieved, like, oh,
yeah.
thank God Johnny's clean, like.
Yes. And eventually, Tariff, bearing up under the weight of the crowd, eventually you see something. You see his shoulders slump just a little, not being able to burn someone alive. And he goes, yes, clearly. He is free to go. And someone darts forward and goes, I knew it. And looks over at Brady. I knew it. I said it. And Johnny rubs his wrist and goes, all right. All right. And he kind of quickly follows after you guys as you walk away. You feel Tariff's gaze squinting and smoldering behind you on the backs of your heads as the three of you rejoin the party. He goes,
Brandon is just reveling
yeah.
in the undermining of their corruption.
Brookstone, the dwarf, who is in a kiosk across the street, as we remember, the dwarf that was selling trinkets and baubles, starts the and everyone starts doing a little clap, and they begin burning the house down without Johnny inside. Johnny leans over to you, Thranduin, and goes, brother, I didn't tell them nothing, brother. I didn't tell them nothing. I was just caught in a bad time in a bad place, brother.
Probably
Andrew?
lay low for a while. I'm
Literally,
not
and he
convinced-
started.
I'm not convinced that they're gonna just let you go.
Oh, you're adorable. Looks down at the fawn. Immediately, he's like, all right, I'm safe, and just, ba-doo, Ooh. And he goes, what in tarnation are you?
Hi. What do you mean? What am I?
What?
I'm me.
You got goat legs or something there. Hi there. And he kind of, I'm Johnny. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, Johnny. And I'll go into my,
Oh.
and I'll pull out a pretty rock, and I'll be like, here.
Oh my God. Oh, well, may the path be straight for you.
Okay.
And he looks over at the Dragonborn and goes, well, that's something. He kind of approaches you and goes, and in Draconic with a very heavily Endeavor accent, Southern Endeavor, by the way, he goes, in Draconic, it's very nice to meet you.
Path of the what?
The path. Gestures at church. It's the path. It's the way of knowing. It guides us. What
Your
was that?
church normally like to sacrifice their members?
Well, sometimes people get the nasty. And they were wrong in this case. And he says, see, what happened was and he starts to spill the beans a bit.
No.
Just no.
I'm just gonna grab her on the shoulders
Nah, you get shut up now.
and just.
Why did
What
we
matters?
even rescue him?
Well, that's not
He's our
very kindly.
friend.
I was pivotal in helping with Sam, and helping with Solvas, and I helped the snake folk, which, by the way, might be distant relatives of us, brother.
Oh, Johnny,
sorry,
we
I just
have we have something we have to get to. You seem probably pretty exhausted. You know, maybe you should go rest.
Go down to the UNT and lay low for a while.
Right.
Stay safe.
Well, thank you again. That was a tight spot and no mistake.
Get better acquaintances and stuff.
Yeah.
Hang out with better people.
Yeah.
Does he look injured?
He does not. What's that?
Make good choices.
Yeah.
Make the choice.
He looks over at Otto and goes, Tiefling.
Dragonborn.
Right.
Danky.
He goes, big guy. He goes, smaller big guy. Right. And he kind of hustles his buns down into the underthing.
Yep.
And the
Just
party.
kind of share a glance with Birdie, just as in the back as everyone's walking, just kind of sigh of relief that could have been worse.
And with all of this, now that we're there, like, I'm just gonna like, could you just excuse us for just a moment? And I'm gonna like kind of pull like Birdie and Thranny over to the side where we can have like
wait, but the meeting.
No, we can wait. I'm just gonna kind of pull them over to the side, knowing.
Danky is standing with Tara.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, you know, I'll just be like, Danky, I'll be back in a sec.
Tara, just all of her caffeine energy. She's jumping, and each time it's a different height. So that was like,
So
I
that's
and
keeping them busy.
And she's just, as she's getting pulled away, she's like,
I just picture the flowers just
Yeah.
sprouting randomly at your feet. Just chaos
oh, that's a neat
flowers.
trick. No.
Yeah.
oh wow.
Whee! I'm gonna just pull him around like a corner of a building so that I can just talk to him in private. And as soon as I do, I'm gonna slam both of them up against the wall. What the hell did you two do?
Oh.
Why do you think we did something?
Does he
Okay,
have strength
did
to
you
do
not
any
do it?
Slamming against the wall bit?
You can push him off if you need to.
No, I'm not keeping him there. I'm
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
just like
Just, like,
tossing him really quickly.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
what did you two do? Because I could tell there's guilt all over your faces over something.
This is not a hard reach at this point.
Randuin will just look at Birdie because it's not his secret to tell.
Smart.
Why would you think we're involved in this? That was
Okay,
Johnny. You know Johnny. You would help him.
Birdie,
No, he
look me
wouldn't.
in the eyes and tell me you had nothing to do with this.
Go ahead and make that deception check if you want
Yeah,
to.
go
Unless you
ahead.
want to tell him stuff.
She's gonna try right now
She's gonna
because
try
they're
to
out
make a
in.
deception check.
Even though they're behind a building, they're still out like
Yeah.
in public, so they haven't scouted the area. So she is gonna attempt with all her might, which is not much.
Fizbin's gonna pull out some of the spell components he has and start shuffling for some shiny stuff to trade with the entourage that didn't go away from him.
14.
14, and let's get that insight check at advantage on behalf of Otto.
My insight
Yeah.
would be that's an 18 with advantage, you said?
Yeah.
All right, let me roll one more time. That's gonna be a 22.
Okay. You're full of crap, Brady, and Otto knows
Yeah,
it.
it's
And
like
Otto knows it.
bullshit. Bull.
Hey.
And then she, when she realizes that whatever lie she tried to just say did not land, she's gonna be like, "Listen, we can talk when we are by ourselves in a more secure place.
Smart
This-
thought.
Not secure."
All right.
Okay.
Well, how about don't lie to me the next time I ask. Now let's
You've
go.
been asking in public.
Okay. Well, you apparently
No,
were
no.
deceiving in
Public.
public.
There's
The three
everywhere.
of you banter back into the group.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, stop.
Maybe
They're
you
like
would
nudging
leave
each
for
other or
6 months at a
something.
time. Yeah,
No, I'm the
much.
cleric here, but is there any other lost souls that you need to rescue before we move on?
You hold out
Hopefully
and
not.
Just points
and
to Otto.
I'll be able to slap his hands. Stop
Yeah, as soon
That's
as
what I
Brittany
just-
saw him, she's like, "Yeah, him."
Just stop it. Stop
Okay.
it. It just becomes like a slapping match.
Just devolves into just.
You are now the proud owner, Fizbin, of a half-eaten potato that you have traded for some glass. that Denki is like.
No.
You must be
Dinky,
very proud
no.
of yourself.
Dinky, that's not food. Tell him that's not
Was there,
food,
was,
Otto.
there, was there anything that Tara wanted?
you traded him glass for a potato that he had.
It might have been
Just-
Denki's call.
It could have been. I'm just saying. I'm like, hey, I ain't stopping him. I'm not Hank.
Give me.
I'm not Hank Green over here going, don't eat glass.
And what were we trading for?
The odds.
I just have
bits.
various shinies in my spell components. I've got maybe some smaller diamonds. And
Oh, for sure. You'll just see me take out stones, and I have just tons of different pretty like river rock and things like that that have been all polished. So I'll trade any shinies for shinies.
Excellent.
Okay, and the party makes it to the boat. There is a nice moment where they are in awe of the nice boat. Tara, you've never seen a vessel up close, and as you're standing on the boat, it's like doing a rock, and naked guy promptly gets on the boat and promptly gets off the boat.
Yeah.
He's like,
Probably not a fan of the rock.
didn't like.
No, I understand, buddy. You stay back here. I'll deal with things over here.
The three of you do have a bit of a moment to yourselves in relative privacy. There is one guard on the dock that is under Fizbin's employ. But otherwise, the ship is relatively empty as Fizbin starts showing Tara how the ship and how it works and sales like that. Otto, you notice you do have some privacy to talk.
Okay. I mean, for the most part, like I've got not a whole lot to say. I'm here for the money.
I think.
Or are you talking about with?
You wanna
Okay,
have the
with
moment.
us. Okay, all right. I was
I don't
like,
have
I don't
much
know
to
what
say.
You had a
three we're
brain fart
talking
and I had a
about, like-
brain fart. And we were both just
yeah,
like,
because it's like like 3 people went on there. It's like I'm pretty sure that would be that would be Fizbin, Tara, and
no,
myself.
no, yeah. You guys are on the boat, just
Gotcha.
on one half of the boat and able to have some privacy and talk.
All right, so while he's going off with Tara to rummage for that gold pieces, I can talk to these other 2 nuts.
Yes, with assumed privacy.
All right.
The
All right,
waves
is this-
crashing loudly.
Assume it. I don't know how comfortable I feel with assume it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you too.
I need 100%
How-
guaranteed.
You know what? Just you making my brain hurt. What did you guys do?
And Brittany does like take a glance around to see if there's any immediate sign of anybody, if that is
ahead.
proven to be
With
clear.
the loud gulls and the ship crashing against the waves and the din of distant townfolk, you're pretty sure that you can make a perception check if you like.
Yes, I would like.
Yes. 100%.
These two, like the guilty party, making
Can
sure
you
like
blame
Hey,
them?
I just
Look, I'm
pretended to
waiting
do
for,
like an
"You guys are
exorcism
pretty
check.
sure,"
Like,
and then 2 episodes down the line, well, these people heard you on the boat.
this
And
is
I'm like,
Yeah.
you know
That's
like,
fair.
and it's-
I would definitely pull something
Yes.
like that.
but here's the thing, like it's such a weird dynamic seeing this from the outside.
Yeah. Usually you're the shady one.
Yeah, like that's
18.
the weird part.
18.
and mine is 21.
To your very profound and skillful perceptions, arcana and physical, you're able to tell that people will not be able to overhear you at this time.
Are you happy
Okay.
now?
Even so,
I'm satisfied.
Okay.
You can
Even-
You're a smart man, Thranduin.
I mean, of course, Jake knows you better than most, so he's like, I know your BS.
Just in case.
The birds
Even
work
so-
for the bourgeoisie.
even
know a bard
despite
for that.
knowing this, even despite knowing this, Brittany is still gonna be like, you know, Otto, I really missed you, and just like gives him a hug.
I don't want it. No.
but-
And I'm gonna like, like as she tries
gonna
to
be
do
like,
it, I'm
"Stop,
literally gonna put my hand
stop,
on her face
stop."
and push her back. Like, no.
No,
You're
she,
like, no.
He's like, just
What
let
did
it
you do?
happen.
What did you do?
I'm telling
did
you
you do?
now. Give
What
me a
did you
hug
do?
and I'll tell you.
I
swear.
reluctantly give her a hug, and I'm like, all right, you got your hug. Now what? The
No,
did you
she
do?
holds on
She's trying
and
to
then
tell you
starts
as she's-
explaining.
Yeah,
like,
she's trying to
a
whisper.
So I'm
in
just
your
like,
ear.
I got this booty around me, like.
Yeah, like a koala. She's just
It's
like
just an info dump hug.
Yeah, so she is gonna give him a hug and just act like very emotional, rubbing his back. But she is going to explain to him.
What do you say? Go ahead and roleplay it for me.
Okay,
Now, don't
listen.
be mad. It's the first words. that
Don't
come
be
out of her
mad.
mouth.
What happened
I
was,
didn't know. She not to make it too long, but she is going to explain that as a child she had been taken by some bad people, kidnapped, and that group had done something to her. She had a gap in her memories. She only recently regained them because those bad people are here on the island and they have infiltrated the council, the religious people, and basically explaining they are a bad group. And you know, Thranduin and I may have gotten information out of one of them, and
Are you
that's what was
explaining your
kind
new
of
powers as well?
no, not to that extent. I don't
Okay.
think there's that kind of time, but giving enough information to clearly show, like, I'm getting you in the loop as much as I can
Yeah,
right now
so you're-
to make
you're-
the hug not awkward.
So you're basically giving me the cliff notes. You were of royal blood. There's this blackmailing
Noble blood.
entity.
Sorry.
Noble blood.
Noble, yeah.
Noble blood. There's this blackmailing organization that's been dealing with you. You have some lost memories. You're gaining them back. And have you told me also what you did to get Tommy in trouble? Because that's really what all of this is
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, she will explain that, you know, in order to get her memories back, the guy tried to.
Thranduin is gonna like also jump in on the hug, but be on the other ear, so it's just gonna be like a tag team information, just like one in she's in one ear, I'm in the other.
Oh,
I'm
buddy.
just-
I killed the guy.
Okay.
So
Get
who
off
said
me! Get
that?
off me! Get off me!
I killed a guy and I like it.
Going down the darkest path.
All right, with that, now having this information and pushing these two off of me after they give it to me, it's like, that's it? You could have just told me? Jeez, you don't think I don't got some demons and skeletons in my closet? I know what this crap is about. Don't worry about this. Why didn't you just bring that up when we needed the information?
Tariff pops up. Demons? I'm kidding.
Because there were 2 new people who I don't know.
Great. Well, I mean,
Well, technically 3 if you count your big friend.
all right, you know, Danky. All right.
Speaking of,
So, you almost pinned a murder that you guys did onto Tommy.
Johnny.
Johnny.
They didn't even want from.
I already forgot his name.
Haunted because they're screwed up.
Yeah, well, I mean, tell me what's new. All right, well, I mean, knowing that information makes it a lot easier to kind of know how to weasel around it.
Okay. Like
Alright,
I said,
so-
I just couldn't do it where we were all the time. It wasn't safe.
Well, Johnny's bunkered down. We'll figure that out later, but we gotta, like, I've got some gold to pick up, and then we gotta go to this meeting. And, you know, I want to get our island back up and running the way it was. I'm not happy with how things are going, and you two just knock it off.
You mean
You say
the
you two.
part of the island where we were just running for our lives the entire time? You wanna-
Yeah, well,
Good
it's-
old days.
It's gotten better with me and Danky, so don't
She's
worry
gonna
about
tap
that.
him and be like, "You're a part of this now, just so you know."
Yeah, I know. Well, I've learned to enjoy the outside of this town, so
So
I
do we
want to
still
get back
wanna-
to it as soon as possible.
gesture
Do we
as you
still
look
want
over
off this island. Is that? Do we still want off, or is that just kind of like?
I don't want off.
Okay. Just,
Like I've made some arrangements around here where, you know, I've got some fallback if I need it.
you
just getting a vibe check.
Like you can go wherever you want. You're a big boy. You're a big dragonborn boy. Do whatever
During
you
this,
want.
I'm
Bradee's
really
gonna
not
run
a
off
big
and
boy.
like come beside Tara and like link arms and be like, "Ooh, find anything interesting?"
As the two of you begin
drow,
bantering and
sorry.
look over at
I thought you knew me. 3 weeks. I thought you knew. Who I was.
Yeah.
I guess
that's my
not.
move. That's my move
I
to get the
guess
races
not.
wrong.
9 levels, and you don't even know who I am.
Dare you?
As the two of you continue riffing and bantering, you guys both like stop and look over at Bradee, who's linking around Tara's arm as Fizbin, with absolute pomp, whips open the double doors to his majestic, opulent bedroom.
Equally majestic, opulent bed, by the way.
Whoa. I was
Hey,
not.
Otto, would you
I
go to
can't
10 gold if you let you
guarantee-
sleep in his bed?
There's
Can
also
I-
just like random bags of like chests, which obviously just had more gold in it, and I'm just counting out 10 gold coins
He's
in
only
my
got
hand as
so
I'm
much
walking.
money, by the way, for the
Yes. For
you know,
storyline
that
purposes,
that
whatever.
Thorn has. Yeah, well, Thorn has given you a certain amount of funds to help with your endeavor.
I mean, like, for me, like, the money's good. Like, we've been doing well with just, like, you know, stealing what we can from Theros. The money's just kind of, like, compensation for what we're doing. What Otto really wants is bed! And he's
It
just
is-
looking at this
oh,
thing.
Pillow,
He's looking at
it
this thing
is
like Toe when he
soft.
sees, like, the magic happen in Kung Fu Panda. Just... He's,
All right,
he's
well.
super into it right now.
I believe I counted this right. Go ahead and count for yourself if you'd like.
Yeah, that's great. 1, 2, 10. Great. What's that?
An opulent bed with oh shoot, what's the word? Frick. Velvet.
Sheets, pillows.
Velvet
Oh.
and silk.
Velvet.
Suede.
Thank you. Yeah.
Suede.
Tara, as you go in, you've never felt silk or velvet No.
Velvet.
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 Thank you.
Velvet.
And it's so soft. It's so soft.
I have an antler. I would have felt velvet before.
Oh, that's fair. That's
You've
fair.
never felt this before. Really? Really?
Silk, however,
But you've never felt velvet like
Actually-
this before.
silk is
It's not very soft.
yeah. The thing on your horn is on a bed right now.
Yeah, that should concern you actually.
A lot of it.
Yeah, that does a little bit. But the silk, I'll just be like, oh, and I look at like this ragged, like burlappy thing that I have on, and I'm just like, can I have this for going to the meeting?
Oh, yes, of course. Actually, most of these people should have at least some of my colors on their band, on their self.
It's just blues and golds and whites.
Great, I'll take this, and I'll just jump on the bed.
You just boo.
Sorry, I thought all you wanted was the
in
gold.
the bed, just like,
Lisbon, you've got about 3 seconds to get him off there before he falls asleep.
And I'm like trying to get the silk sheet off the bed. I'm like,
Brittany's gonna start like rolling Otto as she pulls it, just like move.
Oh man.
just sinking into this bed, and nobody's gonna stop him. Like,
Just like
Yeah,
sweet
I summon
release.
Mage Hand, and it's just poking his face. Just
yeah, no. I mean, you guys can go. I mean, I'll be this. Just rolling around on it.
you just
Mage
see
Hand constantly just smacking your
Tara,
face.
Tara,
Yeah.
all of her caffeinated fondness. Just get off.
Fine.
As he gets up, you whoo, and Otto almost like gets skirted,
Just,
and
woo!
almost
My
falls on
tail
his
like
butt.
whips up and hits me in the back of the head. Like, ah.
And you now have like a king size sheet of silk.
I love it.
That might be too much. Let's make that more to your size.
Brittany
Okay,
starts
you're not
folding her
cutting.
around and starts clipping it in places, and
Yeah.
soon she has a
cutting real
kimono
quick, sewing, like.
Yeah.
Well, and literally.
Sheets.
You said she could have it. Are you expecting me to tell her
I
no?
was referring to the sashes on the door.
Don't worry. There's enough for all of us to have one.
And while they're
Such a
dealing with
ripping
that, like,
moment.
I'm still disgruntled next to the bed. I'm just gonna take one of the velvet pillows.
Brittany makes one for herself as well, a cloak type thing, matching Tara. Anybody else
Silk.
want a cloak?
I'm good. I'll just grab a sash.
Great, we have extra. Rolls it up, goes.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm wearing a pillow.
Okay. That's hilarious. For multiple reasons.
She, with some of the scraps though, Brittany does make like little bows and does like her and Tara's hair, and then puts some on Otto's horns. There.
As you're putting bows in my hair, I'm druid crafting flowers and putting them in your hair.
Matching with the
She's like,
gold
yes.
and whites and blues.
Yeah, dude.
I'm just-
And while she's tying these bows in my hair, I'm just gonna be like, just remember, I have a giant man outside that could chuck you halfway across this village.
It's nice. I gave you a nice thing.
Whatever.
I'm mending.
I'm not like fighting it at all. I'm just like making idle threats for no reason.
What was that, George?
I'm mending my bed sheets back to normal.
Oh God.
He's just like, dang it, these will never
Hey,
iron
you
out.
said she
I
could
only
have
brought
it. I don't know
two.
what you had planned.
We
Oh,
took the
God.
top sheet. Some people are fine not having a top sheet.
Yeah.
For fuzzy blanket over top sheet.
There you go.
I have so many
As for
fuzzy
10
blankets.
gold, that's all you wanted.
Brendan's gonna summon his sword, and he's gonna summon it as like a bright like white silver with blue and gold accents, so it looks.
You could just do that. We didn't have to
Appropriate to the
cut
house.
anything.
I can summon
Oh, we
whatever I
can't.
want. What-
Yeah, he can just.
I mean, I'm not complaining. I got a pillow out of this, so
I wanted to
And
look
some
the
bows.
part, and I'll
You
have
can
it so it.
summon weapons. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Fizbin, do we all look the part now?
with me with a pillow.
Yeah,
and,
you think of
some
like the
bows in
you
my
think
hair.
of the high noble entourage and the balls that you're familiar with, and the only one that really fits the outfits is Brady, having experience with nobility.
Karis
In
is
my
like
head, I'm
this
thinking
too.
target practice, but you know that's fine. Okay, yeah, that's good.
All right, and the bells of the town hall begin ringing as the party makes their way towards the town hall, which is where we shall pick up next Tuesday.